Sam's Garage, presented by HE&M Saw. Doug's team at HE&M Saw provides an overview of how they'll be designing the new frame for the 57 Thunderbird. Joe starts off by showing how the measurements are taken from the original frame and then transferred in the computer. Then Ron takes over by cutting all the steel sections at the correct angles.
This is the exciting day. This is where everything gets cut up and measured for us to be able to build a chassis. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the shop, the saw shop, right?
Right.
And then Ron is going to be cutting up all the metal that Joe is going to design, and you're going to help deburr and clean everything up so that next week we can start putting this thing together.
You know, Sam, the great thing about this, it's always me watching you, and for a change, you're going to have to watch me.
It's very nice of you, because I'm really enjoying it.
I'm sure you are.
And Joe and Ron have been here forever with HE&M Saw. He does most of the designs, whereas Ron is head of manufacturing. So Joe's going to tell you exactly the steps he took to get us to what we're going to be doing next week.
I've been tasked with the remanufacturing of this frame. We want a newer frame. It's going to be a little bit lighter frame, but it should be very stout. It's going to go with a Mustang 2 front end in it, but the process starts with this line, this string I've put here, and I've leveled this string to the frame, the main member right here, because this is the only straight part of this whole frame. Drawing this up in SolidWorks, which is a 3D modeling software, and it's precise. It's real as it is out here in the computer. And it doesn't, if you flaw in there, it'll be flawed out here. And it's a really good program.
All right, Doug and I are here with Ron, and he's going to be cutting all the pieces out that Joe printed out for him for the frame. Tell us what you got here, Ron.
What we have here right now is 9 prints, and some of them are × 2 and some of them × 1. We're going to do all the 90-degree cuts, and then we're going to do the miter cut, and there's like 3 of them that has to have a compound. So we'll do that last. So we'll cut all the straight 90 degrees first.
That's cool. Let's get started.
And when we're done, I'll deburr it.
Finally, something for you to do.
I know. Tech tip for you guys at home, when you're building something like this, it's important to always use the same tape measures, because we have, Sam Hemme, thank you. We have these 2 tape measures, and we pulled one and we compared it against the other, and they're a 30-second off. But tape measures can vary as much as a 1/16 between 2. So it's real important. Start off with one, use that one all the way through. The other thing, if your material's sitting outside and it's 110 degrees and then you bring it into your shop and it's cool, remember, steel grows when it's hot, shrinks when it's cool.
All right, what we just did here, we did a miter cut. We angled it over to 50.4 degrees. And we've got a few more pieces that we're going to change the angle on and do some more miter cutting.
Believe it or not, this pile is going to turn into a frame. This is what it looks like before we actually weld and tack it together. And you know, you guys, to see you in your element doing what you did, starting from zero, the precision cuts, the grinding, the equipment, it was very impressive.
You know, Sam, the interesting part, what we really wanted to do was to show everybody at home, you know, if they have their own saw, they're going to have to start with 90-degree cuts, and from there they're going to do their angle cuts. At HE&M Saw, we actually do automatic equipment that'll do everything for you. You put your stick in, you program it, and it'll do it. But to watch Joe work his magic, and everything that Ron did, you know, I did the hard part of deburring it. You know, so you got a big laugh out of that. But it was great. It's going to really turn into something where we've got everything we need to build this frame.
That's absolutely right. Can't wait to see it come together next week.